I think you kind of touched on this a bit after the game on Saturday, but obviously, the carries are kind of getting spread around. I think you had 12 or 13 on Saturday. Mark had 12 or 13. AJ got some. You know, everyone's gotten to touch the ball a bit this year. So just how much have you guys as a room embraced the idea that, like, okay, nobody's getting 25 carries a game, but we're all going to stay healthy and all going to touch the ball and all going to have our chances?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was kind of said, fall camp is what we wanted. We want the whole room to be ready to go. I mean, say it every day. We want everybody to be able to get in the game and just make an impact and do the job and execute. So, just whenever someone's in, we just feed off each other's energy and make sure everyone in the room is ready.
And then you've played in a big rivalry series. Oregon State. This is your first time playing in Miami, Florida State. What have you heard from coaches about this game, from other players about this game, and what this rivalry means to people?
I mean, kind of see it everywhere, I guess, just hear about it all the time. Biggest rivalry, Miami and Florida State, just playing in it, but, just focused on preparation, getting better for the game. They got good players. You don't want to take them lightly. We don't really look at records or anything. We just look at who they got and, what we got to do to execute and beat this team and go 1-0 each week. So, yeah.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan.
Yeah. Hey there, Damien. AJ Allen had a few really big carries in the fourth quarter for you guys last game. Hadn't played a lot the last few weeks before that. Just how good was it for the running back room to see him produce? And how have you guys seen his demeanor and how he's handled basically the lack of playing time the last few weeks and then able to jump in when needed?
Yeah, I mean, he just, keeps his head in the game whenever his number's called. He's ready to go. I mean, we all know he can make a play. Everybody in the room can make a play. So we just, keep everybody locked in and ready to go when their number is called. And like you said, he gets in and makes an impact and he does his thing, and we're all excited for him. So, yeah.
And as a running back, how good was it having Jalen Rivers back on the offensive line? Just how much value does he bring to that group?
Yeah, I mean, we got depth everywhere, O-line, tight ends, receivers. But, yeah, no, he's a great player. He's a key piece for our O-line. So, yeah, I mean, I guess y'all seen the impact he made. But, yeah, no, I mean, he's a good player. Everybody on the line can go. So just switching in him and out wherever we need to go, five, that's going to go. We'll get the job done.
Our next question comes from Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press. Tim.
Damien, good morning. To follow up on the rivalry question, I wanted to ask you how eager you are, how curious you are to see what this is all about. Because I mean, I know there's great rivalries everywhere in the country, but people here obviously think this one's different. How curious are you to see what it's really like?
I guess just as curious as any game, really. We're going to get everybody's best shot. It's a rivalry game. At the end of the day, rivalries are always good games. Everybody's going to show up, bring their best shot. But, just focus on preparing for this game, going 1-0 each week and just preparing to execute against this team, too.
We'll do a few more for Damien. Next, we'll go to Marcus Benjamin of Keynes County. Marcus.
Hey, Damien. How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good. You decided to come to Miami. A lot of the reason was because of Coach Merritt. If you could just share just your relationship with him and just kind of how he's kind of coached you up in these last couple of weeks and what you applied from that coaching in the last game in particular.
Yeah, I mean, just our relationship really, I mean, close relationship, like I said, he's one of the reasons I came, just what I felt like he could coach me and help me in. I mean, he just helps me all around, really just understanding the game from a different level, like a different set of eyes, really just seeing it differently so I can, just see it differently. I mean, he helps me a lot in the pass game, run game, everything. But, yeah, I mean, what was your question again? I'm sorry, I forgot what you said. Just he's helped me a lot, really, like just understanding stuff from a different eyes, from a coach's perspective. I've had 3 different running back coaches in my years, but from just being able to see different things differently, he's kind of helped me put it all together for me to get prepared for the next level.
Was there anything in the last game that you specifically applied from his teachings?
From a mental aspect, he's kind of just helped me mentally, just becoming a different person mentally on the field. That's all I can really say. I don't know how to explain it, but he's kind of helped me mentally, just being a different person on the field than I am off the field. I kind of want to be the same person all the time, but for Coach Merritt, he's definitely helped me mentally being on the field.
We'll go to Matt Shadell at Kane Sport. Matt.
Yeah, hey, Damien. To maybe build on that or go a little bit deeper on that. So obviously you had a hugely productive game, big time highlights. Not to do with Coach Merritt, but to do with yourself. Do you personally feel like you did anything different running wise this past game? Were there bigger holes for you that helped you put it all together, or was it, like you said, just maybe a different mentality that Coach Merritt did help you with?
Yeah, I mean, kind of combination of everything, coming off the bye week too, just having time to go back and watch games, see what I need to work on really, and just for the second half of the season. So yeah, just that, and then it's a combination of everything really.
Oh, also,
Awesome.
just as a quick follow up. Sorry, you mentioned things you had to work on off the bye. What can you mention? Maybe a couple of those things that you worked on.
Just getting in a better flow and understanding of just blocks and things going on with the O line, how things play out. But other than that, yeah, just getting a better understanding of what I need to do better.
Great.
I know you play every game like it's the national championship game. You run every route, like like everything is on the line with it. That said, this is still your last time that you're going to play Florida State, and I'm just curious how different this one feels to you. They're all big games. You treat them all that way, but how special is this week, and what is the feeling like going into Saturday?
Yes, sir, Tim. I mean, exactly how you said, every game's, the biggest game for me. FSU just happens to be the next team we verse. So we're just trying to do everything in our power to go 1-0 this week. We're about to verse some really, really talented guys, and we're definitely going to have to be on our P's and Q's and just execute at a really high level.
So one quick follow then, X, because every guy, and I know Coach Cristobal talks about 1-0 all the time. How important is it to not deviate from what's worked, to not make this game into something that it doesn't have to be, that you just have to show up and do your job?
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, I think it just all starts on Green Tree. We have tons of respect for those guys, defending ACC champions. I mean, a really, really talented football team. You watch their defense, all 5 DBs could line up in your face, play man. They run around. They have great ball skills. D-line gets pressure. Linebackers play really solid, fit gaps, and defend the pass very well as well. So we just have to, again, starts on Green Tree. We have to practice hard these next couple of days and just be prepared as we can be.
Next, we'll go to Andrea Adelson of ESPN. Andrea.
Hey, X, thanks for doing this. You're one of the handful of guys who played in the game in 22 the last time that you had him at home. And I'm wondering how much a loss like that maybe had stayed with you and how much extra motivation perhaps there is going into this one.
No doubt. Well, I mean, we're not focused on the past at all, we're focused on the future, and I feel like that's why we have so much success this season. It's a new team, new staff. So, I mean, that 22 team is never going to be the same team again, because it's not. We have new players, new coaches, new schemes and stuff like that. So, I mean, again, I think we just have to focus on what we have at hand. Like the Bible says, be still, So I think we just have to be where our feet are and just continue working hard and, again, just try to play as good as we could this next weekend.
As a second question, in terms of the offense and where you guys are right now, it feels like you're rolling and hitting on all cylinders. Can you just describe how you feel the offense is playing and then maybe some areas where you can be even better?
No doubt. We're getting better each and every single day, as simple as that sounds, that's literally our main focus, is just trying to better ourselves internally and just cut out all the distractions externally.
Next, we'll go to Matt Trudell at CaneSport. Matt.
Hey, Xavier. Obviously you're on the leadership council and you're trying to keep all these guys super focused on the task at hand. You talked about the message last week during the bye to these guys with the players only meeting. What would your message be, or what is your message to the team this week, with it being all the hype around rivalry week, regardless of records?
Right. I mean, we're versing a really good football team. You can't look at the record. We don't look at the records over here. We look at personnel. Like I said before, they have 5 really good DBs that, fly balls to the wall every single play. And the defensive line gets penetration. The linebackers play solid. They all play as a group, and again, we're just going to have to execute.
We'll do a few more for X. We'll go to Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan.
Yeah, hey there, X. Wanted to know, for you, your personality, your mindset, your ability to play with a chip on your shoulder, so to speak, regardless of how your success is, where does that drive, that mentality, that thought process, where does that stem from for you?
I feel like, growing up just has everything to do with it. How I grew up, all the doubters I had and stuff like that. And I think most importantly is just my faith. I fear one man and one man only, and that's God. And yeah, I mean, I feel like nothing else can defeat me because everything that, is counted as a loss is just a lesson you learn from. So again, I just think, we got to keep the main thing right now, and that's just focusing on, beating Florida State.
We'll go to Adam Lichtenstein of the Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hey X, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
Good, good. Obviously, you and Sam and Isaiah and Jacoby have been doing great this year, getting the vast majority of reps at receiver. How have you seen the younger guys, Ray, the freshmen, kind of handle, only getting some, sparingly getting opportunities on the field, and how have they been handling that mentally, and how have they been working in practice?
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, I'm so excited for Ray because I mean, I spend a lot of my time around Ray. I spend a lot of time around the other guys too, but you know, um, Ray is a special guy, and when he does get his chance, and he will, these next upcoming weeks, but when he does get his chance, at receiver, I mean, you're just gonna see an absolute takeoff. He's a great guy as well, another God fearing man. So I mean, he has God on his side. What else more can you ask for? Really smart football player. Could take a top off. He has wheels, great hands, great routes. Just nothing but good things to say about him. And then the other younger guys, like Shamar Kirk, Josiah Trader, Nye, and Chance. I mean, those guys are ready. Those guys have a fuse lit on, and as soon as they get their opportunity, they're just going to take off. And again, like you said, me, JG, Sam, and Zay, we're just again working to be as the best receivers as we can for each other, playing super unselfish football. And I think that's the biggest thing.
How much do you like talk to them about just like like bide your time, keep working, because that's what you did. Not everyone, everyone wants to get on the field and play as much as possible, but how much it's in, and especially in this era where anyone can kind of pick up and leave after a year, how much you tell them like no, like just put in your work, bide your time, like you'll get your chance.
For sure. I mean, I definitely tell them all those things, but you just got to look at, just look at the image. I mean, I've been here. This is my fifth year now, waited my time, and some will say, I'm getting the fruits right now as we speak. So, I mean, I'm just telling those guys, God's timing is the only timing that matters. Is nothing to rush. The best and worst advice you could give someone is they have time. So. I just feel like telling those guys just keep working every single day, each and every single day. Your time will come, but still be very, very like hungry and don't be complacent whatsoever wherever you're at.
We'll wrap up for X with Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press. Tim.
X, you've been on with us for about 5 or 6 minutes, and I think you've made about 5 or 6 references to be still from the Bible or your faith or God. Not a lot of people your age and your position on your platform are comfortable doing that. Why is it so important for you to share your faith? And where does the courage come from when it's just not necessarily common for young athletes to be so open about what they believe?
For sure, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, I have great role models, great, leaders that I've came across in my life. Elijah Moore is one of the main ones. Mike Harley, guys like that have just, preached about, the Lord and his word. And I mean, I've just seen nothing but good things happen to them, and I feel as if, the closer I get to God is the better I do, not saying that I do it because of those reasons, but I mean, I feel like, as crazy as this world is, the more, people that we have of Christ and we have of, the word and stuff like that, that read the word, that dive into the word and that, pray and just, again, keep him first more than anything and that fear him. I feel like that's just going to create a better world. For us to live in.
Fine. I wanted to ask you, since, 7 games, do you feel like you did some things you set out to do since being back from your injury after 7 games?
I feel like I am getting better game by game, but I don't feel like I've performed the way I want to. or and capable of.
What's some of the things that you want to improve on?
Well, I'm playing inside is a little different than playing outside.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be able to. I just want to be more destructive. Sometimes I think a little bit too much. Um, there's a lot that goes with playing D tackle in our defense. There's a lot of thinking you have to do, a lot of different rules we have. But ultimately, I just want to be more disruptive.
I also wanted to ask you too, since Bain has been back, the D line is now pretty much at full strength. You guys have more of that one-on-one opportunity. How does that feel having him back and the D line being at full strength?
Makes our D line complete. Obviously, Ruben Bain is a big part of our D line, and when we have everybody healthy, we're a tough D line to play against. So having Ruben back has been awesome.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein of the Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hey, Keem, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So it seems like maybe like last week or maybe the last two games, you guys haven't gotten quite the same pressure on quarterbacks you have previously. Still have gotten in the backfield, just not quite with the same consistency. Just what are you guys working on in the pass rush?
Well, pass rush wise, it all depends on our game plan. Some weeks we might rush three, some weeks we might rush four. Obviously, rushing four gives us a better chance to get into the quarterback. It's really just game plan stuff. We just trust and believe in Gidry to put a plan out for us, and we just have to execute it as best we can.
And then, I know you didn't maybe grow up so much with the Miami FSU rivalry, but obviously you've been a part of it the last 2 years, both of which have been FSU wins. So just how hungry are you, and how hungry is this team to get a win over FSU?
We want to do whatever it takes to win. This is my third year here. I haven't won yet, so that's all I'm striving for. All I want to do is win, be FSU all week.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan.
Yeah. Hey there, Akheem. You mentioned that you still have steps you want to take. You have progress where you want to grow. What has this process been like for you this season? Both coming back from injury and, like you said, playing inside. What has the process been, and what have been the adjustments you've had to make mid-season, game after game, to try to get to where you want to be?
It's been a flow of emotions. Some days I feel like I'm doing well. Some days I feel like maybe I'm overthinking. Um, Sometimes I get too into my head, but it has been a big adjustment for me. I'm just trying to continue to strive and get better and better every week.
And then you talked about how important Ruben Bain is to your guys' defensive line. Just what is it about him that makes him as good and as disruptive as he is? And what have you seen from him in his 2 games back?
He's explosive and he's physical. Um, he helped, like when we run games, he helps everybody around him make plays along with his ability to make his own plays. So he's all around guy, and he helps us get better.
We'll do a few more for Akheem. Next, we'll go to Matt Trudell at Kane Sport. Matt.
Yeah, hey Akeem. Obviously you guys are 7-0. I don't need to tell you that. How do you sort of guard against complacency? What's the team's mentality? How do you keep playing at a high level week in and week out?
So we we're we have a 7-0 record, but we easily could have lost a few of those games just by small mistakes. So we know we haven't played our best football. So I think that's what keeps us ready and keeps us from getting complacent. Also, Coach Cristobal and Coach Gidry, all the coaches on the coaching staff, they don't let us get lazy. They don't let us get comfortable. They stay on us all day, every day.
Well, just want to ask you, you've been back for 2 games now. Physically, how do you feel? How do you feel your production was? And overall, just how did it feel to be back out there?
I feel like my production was pretty decent, nothing crazy. I'm expecting a lot more out of myself, and I feel great, honestly. I feel like I'm back to 100% playing my kind of football, and I feel good. I feel glad to be back out there. I'm blessed to be back out there.
That month or so that you weren't playing, how tough was it to be sitting back and watching? What were you doing to try to help the team while you couldn't play? And just what was that process like for you watching instead of being out there?
Well, it was real tough, like I really love football, so not having a chance to play was something that I had to like really take back and just pray about. But now that I get to play again, I'm just happy with that. And I was just really trying to coach up the guys and tell them stuff that I seen throughout the game, throughout the week in practice, and help them out on little technique things and tendencies that may have popped up in the game.
Next, we'll go to Andrea Adelson of ESPN. Andrea.
Ruben, you just said it was decent, your performance as you've been back. So you had 10 pressures and a sack last week. So if that's decent, what does great look like?
Great. It's just something that's playing for all four quarters, all downs, no matter what the stat line say. I feel like I ain't do my best at that. So I'm not too worried about the stat sheet, but more about my impact on the game. I feel like I could have had a better impact.
And when you say you didn't do your best, how do you mean? Do you mean you're still trying to get back into the groove of playing full four quarters after missing a month of the season?
I wouldn't say it's like, yeah, actually, I say getting back in the groove, but now I feel like having 2 games on my belt, feel like I'm doing way better now. I got to a point in the game where I was just saying, forget everything, just go and stop worrying about certain things a little too much. And once I did that, some things just started to align a little better.
Next, we'll go to Adam Lichtenstein of the Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hey, Ruben, how's it going?
Good.
Good. So obviously, can you just kind of take us through, that week one, you're all hyped for a big rivalry game. It's the opening of the season. You play the first drive and you get hurt and you miss the next month. Just how frustrating is that for you? And how do you kind of, kind of get over that and move on?
I was real frustrated, knowing that this was something I was very like looking forward to for a while, and not having the chance to play was just a real down moment. But now, I look back on it, it was just something uh, I had to move on. It is what it is. I can't change the fact that I got injured, so I was just trying to look at the positives of the situation. Once I did that, things started to lighten up and get better for me, and I felt like it was just a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and now that I'm back playing, I'm just so happy to be back on the field. Who knows what could happen now?
And Mario called it like a soft tissue injury. Just what was the injury and what was like the rehab process, just the healing process like?
I do believe that was the injury. Because Cristobal really don't want us to get into too much of that. And the rehab process, it was just trying to get my mobility back and being able to do everything I do without pain.
We'll do a few more for Ruben. Next, we'll go to Cass Clayton. Cass.
Hey, Bain, it's you too. I wanted to ask, I mean, this is your first FSU versus Miami game at home. I mean, what are you looking forward to the most on Saturday?
Well, just having a great time with my teammates. We back in the Rock, and my first game in the Rock this whole year. And so we back home. We didn't play home in a month, so having the chance to be back, having the chance to be back at home, we all excited. We all excited for everything that come with it. Was running out the smoke, running back into the tunnel for halftime, running back out, and anything that's going to come with it, we're excited.
We'll wrap up for Ruben with Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan.
Yeah, hey again, Ruben. With the FSU game, just what does this rivalry mean to you as a South Florida guy who's been around as a kid growing up? What does this rivalry mean to you?
It means a lot. Knowing that this is a game I always watched since I was a kid, and now I'm getting to play in it, and now I get to play in it at home. First game I played in it was away. Now I get a chance to play at home. So just really excited. It's kind of like an all moment. Now that I'm here, I'm just ready to get to it on Saturday.
And then just wanted to ask you, the defensive line overall, just how do you feel the group has done a little more than halfway through the season? Obviously, a few guys had to step up with you out for that bit. Just what do you feel like the group has done, and what's the next level for the defensive line?
I feel like we're playing great. Still some more players leaving out there that we can make up for, but once we get that little chemistry going, we only got like we don't have a whole game under our belt yet playing at 100%. So once we get that chemistry going, I feel like we're going to show why we're the best defensive line in the nation. And once that happens, I feel sorry for everybody else.